tuned into The Truth with G. Inspire, educate, and uplift. If you can't handle the truth, this ain't the show for you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So sit back, relax, and buckle up and enjoy this ride.
The Truth with G. The Truth with G. The Truth with G.
All right. Welcome back to the show. You'll listen to The Truth with G on WPMM Internet Radio.
The Truth with G.
Yeah, you are now tuned into The Truth with G. Inspire, educate, and uplift.
Yeah.
If you can't handle the truth, this ain't the show for you. The truth.
We are
the whole
back.
truth, and
Talk
nothing
about
but
the issues that matter to you and your community. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope all is well. Welcome back to the show. I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back. I'm back with issues. I'm having some serious technical issues, so I apologize in advance. Just in case I go out. If you're listening, particularly on Facebook, if you will. But I'm having some serious technical issues. That's why I'm just a little bit late getting on tonight. So my apologies to you, but we're going to try to work through this thing. We're going to try to get through it. I'm going to try to make it do what it do. But yeah, I've been out for a little while. I apologize for the hiatus, but I needed to take off some time. I actually needed to take off a little bit more, but I needed to get back to my people and at least let you know what's going on and try to tackle some of these issues that we're having. So, but again, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on tonight because these technical issues that we're having, it may not allow me to stay on very long. So I apologize in advance. If I go out, just try to log back in and we'll see what happens. We'll see what's happening. Miss Deborah Rivers, how you doing tonight? She is on. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and let me know you're out there. But once again, I want to thank you so very much for your support of the show. Thank you so very much. I've been out for a couple of weeks now. And last couple of weeks has been very, very interesting. Well, actually, the last month or so has been very interesting. And the months going ahead, it's going to be interesting as well. So just to let you know. Well, let's take care of the particulars. Then we'll kind of let you know what's going on. Then we get into some of these topics again. Hopefully these technical issues will hold up to where I can do what I need to do tonight. And if you're on Facebook, go ahead and share if you will. But the views and opinions expressed by the individual radio hosts and guests are of their own. It does not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WPMM Radio. WPMM does not intend to align with any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, or anyone or anything. We have that out the way. We're on WPMM Internet Radio where we play more music. You can log on to us at WPMMradio.com. You can go to that Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download the app as well. You can go to the website, WPMMradio.com, and download the app as well. It's a free app. You can take us anywhere you go. If I go out on Facebook, hopefully I'm still on the app. So if you lose me, we'll try to stay on as long as possible. Mr. Jay Dizzle, what's going on, buddy? Just letting the people know that I'm a little bit late tonight, having some major technical issues. Actually, I got some new equipment coming, and I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but yeah, I got some new equipment being delivered tomorrow. So hopefully that'll clear up those technical issues that we're having. But yeah, I've been out for a little bit. There's a lot has changed in my life and in my everyday workings, and it's been hectic. It's been rough. It's been busy, and that's why you hadn't seen me in a couple weeks. And I apologize, but it's a necessary hiatus that I had to take, and I appreciate your patience. But we're back. We're gonna try to do the best we can. And just let you know what's going on. I made a major change. In my day life, if you will. Made a major change, and it's taking up a significant amount of my time and my brain cells as well. So I'm having to undergo some rigorous training, which when I get out of class, I'm completely mentally exhausted, if you will. And with that, it requires me to do some off-hour studying as well. And with that, and then the last 3 months, I've been on the road. Just every, and when you pile all that on top of each other, it just makes for a healthy life. And that's one of the reasons why, well, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been on my weekly show like I normally do. And it's just it's so, but me having to do a lot of studying and be it makes it very very hard to try to produce shows. So and I hate coming on without being prepared, and that's or anything like that. It probably wouldn't matter that much if I was just on here gossiping and shooting the shit, whatever the case may be. But I give you information that you need. So with that being said, I have to prepare, and preparation is everything. So I don't, and today was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Today was a struggle, but again, I have been out for a while. I had to get back to you, let you know what's going on. I appreciate your patience, appreciate your support. And still, if you're out there listening on Facebook, let me know you're out there. Go ahead and share this page. Hit a thumbs up, a heart to do something. Let me know you're out there. Um, and I apologize. I don't know if I'm getting a little bit of feedback, you guys. So I hopefully it's not coming up dirty. But tonight, let's go ahead and dibble and dabble into what we got going on tonight. That tonight's show was supposed to be uh, toxic America, toxic America. Uh, and the reason I labeled it that toxic America is because of what's going on right now. Everything that's going on in our nation right now is just chaotic. It's hectic. It is in a lot of cases politically and racially motivated in what's happening in our world today. And we are living in a time where hatred is just rampant. And if you can actually look back to the 60s, the 50s, and the 60s to find this type of hatred that we have had. And it just don't add up. It doesn't make any sense. And but it was going to be labeled toxic America. But first, I'm still trying to find out who out there listening. Again, once again, if you're out there listening, hit me with a thumbs up, heart, or drop me a comment in the comment section. Not taking calls tonight, but you can drop your comment into the comment section if you're listening on Facebook. If you're on the app, uh, just go to my Facebook page, TTWG. TTWG Graham is the Facebook page you can go to, and I think we should be shared on WPMM Facebook page as well. So just go to that page or go to one of those pages and log in. If you have someone who is not very tech savvy, just text them WPMMradio.com. WPMMradio.com, just text that in the message field. All they have to do is click on it, hit play, and they can listen to the show as well. I'm just making sure I am still live on Facebook. I think I am on Facebook. And like I say, hopefully my technical issues will hold up and allow me to stay on the air till the 7 o'clock hour. Um, I know we had a lot of football going on this last couple of weeks, a lot of exciting football. May get to talk about that here a little bit later toward the end of the show. We may go over some of the, especially the college scores, the pro scores. I'm not too particular word concerned about because these college kids out here busting their ass to give you some entertainment, and also they're trying to get to the next level, so it's more exciting on that end of things. And we may talk about that at the end of the show. But if you're listening to the show, let me know what's going on with you. We just came off the holiday weekend. We just came off the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Um, and I was actually planning to do a show prior to Thanksgiving. Actually, on Thanksgiving Day, I was going to try to sneak on, but it just didn't happen. And I was going to give you the downside of Thanksgiving because America seems to celebrate holidays that they create havoc, and Thanksgiving is technically a. I don't want to bring Thanksgiving down for a lot of people because it's a holiday that brings families together and whatnot. But at the same time, we still have to be real about things. And Thanksgiving is technically a stolen holiday. Thanksgiving commemorates when the so-called founding or Columbus, you know, they came over and discovered something that was already here, and there was a lot of pillaging, a lot of brutality and whatnot that took place in regards to Thanksgiving holiday. But I was going to give you the real on that, but I wasn't able to make it on Thanksgiving Day to do that. But again, it's a day that bring families together and they break bread together and have fun and whatnot. And sometimes we have tragedies that take place as well, and we did have some of that in our in our community that took place either on Thanksgiving Day or the day before Thanksgiving Day. Shots fired seem to be the theme for Pensacola lately, and we had to endure some of that around the holidays and over the weekend as well. But that's the state that we're in right now. That's the state of our nation, not just our nation, but our city and our state. Mr. Adams, what's going on, sir? Good to see you on here tonight. Um, I know it's been a minute. I don't know if you just tuned in, but I kind of gave a spiel as to what's been going on. So, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Also, um, the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanksgiving holiday. Big Dog was home on Thanksgiving. If you don't know who the Big Dog is, that's my son. He's away in college right now. He is a member of the University of North Alabama. Those who don't know who University of North Alabama is, that's the school that played FSU week ago, and that's the game that Jordan Travis was injured in. Was on the field. Well, he wasn't on the field during the injury because he plays offense. But he was there. He was there. He started that game. And, he played great. UNA played a great first half. Florida State played a better second half, and Florida State came out with the win. However, they lost Jordan Travis in the process. Um, so I hate for my son's first venture into Doak Campbell Stadium to be a kind of bittersweet situation because even though he plays for University of North Alabama, he's also um, a Florida State fan as well. So it was good that he got to play at Doak because I told him back when we made a visit at Florida State when during the recruiting stage we had made a visit there, and I had told him me and him walked out in the middle of Doak Campbell in the middle of the field. On Bobby Bowden field, we walked out in the middle of the field, and I told him we looked around the stadium and whatnot, and I told him that one day you're going to play on this field. Said that, I had envisioned that he may be in a Florida State uniform when he played. However, it turned out to where he played on the field. He just wasn't in a Florida State uniform to play, but he did play on that field. And it was a great experience for him because the University of North Alabama, they don't draw crowds of that size. On average, at UNA, they could draw a crowd, average. They draw a crowd about 10,000. Just a smaller Division I school, obviously. And then he goes into Doak Campbell and he plays in front of 80,000. 79,5 is I think the number capacity is at Doak Campbell. But it was an experience for him. He enjoyed himself, even though they didn't get the win. They competed. Like I say, the second half kind of got out of hand because of questionable coaching on our UNA side of the ball, which I don't understand, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, what is going on around the nation? If you have anything that you want to talk about, let me know. Drop it in the comment section. Any topic that you may want me to jump on. And I have been trying. I have been trying to keep up with the news up to date. It's been very difficult because of my new uh, ventures, if you will, my new change in life. I've been trying to keep up with it, but it's been hard. Again, I've been studying a lot. My brain has been overloaded. But here's where we at. We're a year away from voting. We're a year away from going to the polls to vote for the presidential election year, if you will. 2024 is the year that we go to the polls. And what I want to make sure that each and every one of you understand, particularly the people that may not be registered to vote. If you're not registered to vote, you're wrong. If you are an adult, if you're 18 years of age, an adult, if you will, you're 18 years of age and you are not a convicted felon and on papers, uh, you should be registered. And not only should you be registered, you should be participating. Every registered voter, if you are a registered voter, you should be participating in the election. There's a primary that's coming up that's going to be in, I want to say primaries in September. Uh, no, it's not September, August, I believe it is, where the primary election take place. And if you don't understand about the primary, what it is usually in the primary, that is when the candidate for the individual parties are picked, if you will, to run in the general election. So in the primaries, for instance, if you have we'll use president for right now. We don't have a primary for the office of president on the Democrat side because right now only Joe Biden seems to be the only one running. And I take that back. There's another individual that claims he's running on the Democratic ticket, but I don't know his name, and neither do you, and nobody else knows it. But anyway, on the Republican side, you have right now, I think, five people still in the running, five, six people still in the running to run for president on the Republican side of things. And what happens is in the primaries, those party affiliations go and they vote for the person of their party that they want to represent their party in the general election. And then in the general election, the the parties go head to head. You got the Republican Party, you got the Democratic Party, and you may have somebody running on independent side of things. So, there's going to be names on the ballot that you may know or may not know. All these idiots that's running on the Republican Party side of things. The head idiot is the orange idiot, Donald Trump. And then you have idiot number two and Ron DeSantis, which he's failing in the polls. You have Nikki Haley. You have fat boy. What's his name? Christie. You have Christie that's still in it. Tim Scott dropped out. He was the black sellout who was running on the Republican side. Once he figured that he was not going to even get 1% of the vote, he finally dropped out. Even after he kind of brought uh, his mail order girlfriend into the arena to show that he had a girlfriend because it's been speculated. Y'all excuse me just a second. Y'all excuse me just a second. I apologize. Oh, good Jesus. Um, but his sexuality had been questioned and whatnot, and he got him a mail order girlfriend to come in and play the role for a hot second. And then after he got the mail order girlfriend to come in and play the role, which was he's a black individual. The mail order girlfriend he got was white. Um, he, paraded her across the stage to see if he would get any support, and apparently he didn't get any support, so he dropped out the race. I think Vivek or whatever his name is still in. And who else is still in on the Republican? Mr. Adams, help me out. You, if I miss somebody that's still in on the Republican side of things, I think I got them all. But anyway, vote. If you're not registered, you need to get registered. You need to get registered as soon as possible. It's still open registration. You still have time to register. Contact your voting office, your local voting office. Go to your website. I think it's I don't have a website, and I apologize. Yeah, I hate being not hate not being uh, paired, but all you have to do is Google voting in your city, and you come up to where you can the election office, all that information to come up to where you can go ahead and get registered or get the information to get registered. So, but we're in this situation right now because we are not voting like we should. We had a situation when Obama got in his second term. Also, when Biden won his term as well, we had a decent, we had a better showing in the past. However, it wasn't good enough. We can't go to the polls and show 40 something percent of registered voters to be voting. We have to get into that 80 plus percentile in regard to the vote, because one, Republicans outnumber Democrats. There's more Republican registered voters than there are Democrats. Two, we have a lot of black people who are registered Democrats. Black people only make up a 13% of the population, less than 13% of the population. I'm making up only less than 13% of the population. That means that black people have to show up in droves to vote. We have to have at least a 80 percentile or better to make a dent in the uneven voting in regards to numbers of Republicans versus Democrats. We have to be in the 80 percentile in order to be able to compete, if you will. So for you people who say that voting does not matter, look at where we at today. Look at where we at today. We are on the cusp of a convicted felon, or soon to be convicted felon, a rapist, a racist, a wannabe dictator. We are on the cusp of having this person back in office again. We are on the cusp of possibly losing the Senate. We already have lost the House. We got a bunch of dumbasses running the House. People you got McCarthy that was in there. We got the new Speaker Johnson that's in there. We got Marjorie Taylor Greene. You got Joy Santos. You got Matt Gaetz. You got all these idiots that are controlling the House of Representatives, and these are some of the most racist and vile people that you ever want to meet. Matt Gaetz is a pedophile. He's trafficking kids. You got Lauren Boebert, who goes into plays and plays with other people's penises and get her breast groped in front of kids and whatnot. You got George Santos that has lied about everything and anything that's on his resume in regards to winning that seat. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's just a complete racist idiot. And you have those are the people that are running the House. You have the new Speaker, who is a election denier. He's a Trump supporter and an election denier. These are the people that we have running our country, and they're running it. They're up there because we did not vote like we should. And I'm pinpointing my black people because not saying that white people aren't going to vote, because they have a lot of white people that are not showing up at the polls as well. But we all collectively as a party. And at one point I never really affiliated myself with one party or another. Yes, my voters registration may say one thing, but I never really affiliated myself with one particular party because I was always that person who would listen to whoever were the candidates looked to see what they were saying about the as far as policies that would benefit me in my life or what have you. And if you someone who made sense and has made sense in the past, and you got a good track record, and you running on issues that concern me, that's who I voted for, regardless of party affiliation. But that was prior to 8 years ago. Right now, the Republican Party, I wouldn't vote for anybody in the Republican Party if you paid me to do so. And that's sad to say because everybody in the Republican Party are they have lost their mind. They have lost all sense of morality. They have lost all sense of equality, if you will. They are all about pushing a racist agenda. They are all about supporting someone who is a criminal and a rapist. They will defend this idiot to the ends of the earth. So anybody in the Republican Party right now, I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw. So this is probably the second election. I ain't gonna say it's the first election. It's the second election where I can honestly say that I am going to vote Democrat down the board. I don't care if it's Elmer Fudd or Rickety Rocket. I'm voting Democrat down the board because uh, my Democratic vote will probably keep one of these dumbasses on the Republican side out of office. And if you don't go vote for anything else, you need to vote for these so that the Democratic side of the aisle can control the House, win back the House, and keep control of the Senate. And we need to also maintain the the executive branch as well, which is the office of the president. It is so important, people. It is so important to get out there and vote because you guys don't understand. We don't have a budget right now. We're still operating on these CRs, uh, and we're just kicking the can down the road. We should have had a budget by now. We don't have a budget because the Republicans are worried about trying to impeach Joe Biden for no reason at all. They're trying to drum up some dirt that's not there, and they're spending their time trying to impeach a president that has not done anything wrong. There's no evidence of any wrongdoing anywhere, but they are following behind the guidance of Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is a idiot, and they're doing all these impeachment hearings, and they're bringing all these committees are bringing people in from the DOJ and from the Border Patrol and from the uh, my mind just went blank. The Department of Homeland Security, they're bringing all these people in, and they're trying to say these people are not doing the jobs, and they're just causing havoc. And we got to get them out of control, out of control of the House, and we cannot allow them to take over the Senate. So that's why we need to vote. We have to vote, regardless of what. And if you don't vote, shut the hell up. Just shut up. Don't complain about nothing. Don't complain about anything that's happening in our local government, our state government, our federal government, any policies, racist policies that they pass, and you figure out that you don't like or whatever the case may be, and it affects you directly, particularly in the sense of this Voting Right Act. The Voting Right Act that passed back in the '60s or whatnot. That that Voting Right Act has been challenged, and right now, individuals can't sue until the Supreme Court steps in and do something, or the appeals court step in and do something. The law the Voting Right Act has changed to where individuals can't or organizations cannot sue for improper voting right tactics that these Republicans will use. They can't sue for it. The only people that can sue is coming from the DOJ. It has to come from the DOJ, or the Department of Justice, for those who may not know what that is. And that is asinine. That has basically gutted the Voting Right Acts that are people like Martin Luther King and Reverend Jackson and Andrew Young and all them march for. And this is why we have to get out and vote, people. This is why we have to get out and vote, because the way society is going right now, we're going to have a if the Republicans win the Oval Office, we're going to have a dictator and a racist in office there. And if they can keep control of the House, we have racists running the House. We have idiots running the House. And same with the Senate. If we do not get out and vote, and right now with the way the Senate is wrapping up, um, we only was up 1 or 2 seats in the Senate, but we lost one of our senators. Um, Romney is dropping out of the Senate. He won't be there anymore. So we're losing grip on the Senate, and if we turn that over to Mitch McConnell and his gang of dumbasses, we're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. So get out and vote, people. If you don't vote, shut the hell up. Don't complain about nothing. Don't gripe about nothing. You just take whatever ass whooping that they're gonna give you. You just take it. The people that get out and voted, you have every right to complain and march and cause all kind of an uproar and confusion and whatnot. You have every right to do so because you got out and exercised the rights to vote. But anyway, if you're just joining us, it's Monday Madness. We're looking at a toxic America and see what's going on here. Just a couple things I want to touch on. The war on Israel is still continuing on. Right now, there's no negotiated deal for a ceasefire in regard to Israel bombing Gaza. If Gaza is where Hamas is held up in underground tunnels and whatnot, and they hiding up on the hospitals and this, that, and the other. And however, Israel is going in there to get them, but they are, civilians are being killed in the process because Hamas have tunneled under businesses, under uh, civilian homes and apartments and whatnot, under hospitals, things of that nature. And in order to try to get at Hamas, they have to target the civilian targets to get to Hamas. So we still have Americans over there that we're trying to get out, um, but they did negotiate a deal to initiate a ceasefire in order to get these, have time to get these hostages out. Some of the hostages out, negotiate the hostages being released, and these are Israelis that were taken hostage when Hamas came in and invaded Israel. A lot of women and children, old women, very, very young children. There was the youngest child that was released today was 4 years old, and she had been held hostage for 45, 46 days, somewhere in there. And it's just chaos over there right now. And right now, even with that, Israel's supposed to be an ally of United States, but our government is in chaos, and they went and took their break, and nothing has been negotiated in regards to any type of aid to Israel. Just like there's, the war in Ukraine is going on. The government kind of put that on hold, and they say, okay, Russia, you can continue bombing Ukraine and continue invading Ukraine, and we're going home for Thanksgiving, and we're not going to do anything about it. No, we'll look at it later. At the same time, we don't even have a budget passed because of continual resolutions that they keep passing. We have until January 19th, I believe, before that runs out, and then we'll be facing another government shutdown. So, but in Israel, I think it's 119 hostages that's been released. Right now, they're anticipating another 33. I think it's supposed to be released. There was over 200 hostages being held total. I'm optimistic that they are going to release all of them, but I'm have to be pessimistic at the same time because if all the hostages are released, Palestine, the Hamas, if you will, won't have any leverage and I just can't see them giving up all the leverage in this situation because you know I don't know. I wish I was more astute to foreign relations than I am, but I just don't see them giving up all the leverage in regards to releasing these hostages. However, Israel has to retaliate, if you will, and if they're going after Hamas, Hamas is held up in Gaza, so we're going to have a lot more innocent civilians being killed. So, but anyway, on that topic. Let's move on. If you're just joining us, Monday Madness, talk about all the foolishness going on in here in our state, in our nation, in our city. Um, we're back on WTMM Internet Radio. It's been out for a little bit. It's good to be back, but been rough. If you and let's go back to the George Floyd situation. If you remember George Floyd, that whole situation where George Floyd was killed with his knee on his neck for several minutes. Uh, Derek Chauvin was convicted of his murder and he went to prison. The latest news, Chauvin was stabbed. He was attacked and he was stabbed while he was in prison. And I don't condone any type of violence or whatnot, but I just kind of knew that it was only a matter of time before somebody got to him while he was locked up. But it was reported that the Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd was stabbed another inmate and seriously injured. This was Friday at a federal prison in Arizona, and that was reported by the Associated Press. And once again, I just again I'm not condoning anything. I'm not hoping that this man is healed anything of that nature, but when you do dirt and especially something like this and you go to prison, there's prisoners that are lifers that's going to be there forever that don't have anything to lose, and they believe in taking justice out without going through the court, if you will. So I just knew with him it was only going to be a matter of time before something happened to him. And apparently, uh, up until this point, I don't know if he was in solitary and they finally moved him to Gen Pop or what have you, but I don't know that. That's stating that I do not know that information, but I have to assume that he was in Gen Pop or general population, if you will, and somebody got to him, somebody hollered at him, but unfortunately, that's the life of being incarcerated. I wish it was different. I wish it was. I understand people being locked up, but I wish it was a safer environment. I wish there was a way to keep it safe without having to isolate everybody from one another, because that's a lot of bad people in prison, a lot of good people in prison as well, a lot of innocent people in prison. So I wish there was a way to calm the masses, if you will, and instead of making prison a bloodbath in a lot of cases, make it to where people can cohabitate in that type of environment without hurting each other. But anyway, but that's the latest that happened on Friday. Derek Chauvin was stabbed, and he was stabbed in prison, federal prison. Also, and I don't have that story pulled up right now, but the guy that dang it, I don't know the story, people. But anyway, I was going to talk about the situation where the gentleman that shot and killed his wife the day before Thanksgiving, he has been arrested over the weekend. Darrell Walker is his name. He was allegedly killed his wife, and he had been on the run, and I think they found him in Panama City over the weekend, and he has been arrested. So that manhunt for him is over. And like I said, in the beginning, I had some technical issues. Still having some technical issues. Yeah, patient with me. But we're here. We are here. We're back. We've been gone for a while. Um, you know what? I don't feel like being down anymore. Hey, let's go ahead and take a look at these college footballs. We got we got about 12 minutes left in the show today. 12 minutes. And once again, just if you wasn't in on the top of the show when I was talking about um, me being out for a little minute, if you wasn't at the top of the show, um, I've been out for about 2 weeks. Hadn't done a live show in about 2 weeks, and it was a result of having to be on the road, um, being constantly on the road, going chasing behind my son, who plays college football. And every weekend we were on the road to go and support him in his ventures. Also, I turned over a new leaf in life. I changed uh, professions, if you will, and in that change, it requires a lot more of my time, a lot more of my brain cells, if you will. So I've been having to, be in class quite a bit during the day, 8 hours of class, and then have to come home and kind of study a little bit and try to, wind my brain down to get ready for the next day. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to produce shows. So that's why I have been out for a little while. And, it's hard trying to produce a show when you got so much, all these other things going on. And every now and then I got to get out just to clear my brain and, get away from the house and get away from everything. Just try to clear my mind because I got a lot going on. Got a lot going on in the brain. But I appreciate the patience a bit with me in regards to the show. I thank you so very much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening to the show. That's where we at. But let's look at the college football scoreboard. What's happened over the past week? It has an interesting few games. Just to go over the scores, Ole Miss. The game started back on Thursday. They had several games Thursday and Friday, which normally you don't see. You'll see a Thursday game every now and then you normally don't see Friday games. We had games on Friday, day after Thanksgiving as well. But Ole Miss beat Mississippi State 17-7. Ole Miss was ranked number 12. Oregon State and Oregon beat Oregon State 31-7. Oregon was number 6 at the time. Um, they moved up number 5, if I'm not mistaken. So they beat Oregon State 31-7. Yeah, Texas just blow up Texas Tech. That's a big in-state rivalry going on there. Oregon State is most of these are rivalry games, in-state rivalries, if you will, most of them. But Texas 57-7 over Texas Tech. Then we have Missouri 9 over Arkansas. Arkansas struggled all year, in 4-8, something like that for the season. But Missouri beat up on them 48-14. Penn State over Michigan State 42-0. Michigan State had a rough year, only 4 wins on the season there. TCU and Oklahoma. No defense was played in this game. Oklahoma played a little bit more than TCU, but 69-45. That means every time somebody touched the ball, they were scoring pretty much. That's it. But anyway, Oklahoma over TCU 69-45. Then we had Nebraska and Iowa, a low scoring game, 13-10. Iowa on top of that one. Iowa ended their season 10-2. They got a 10-win season. Nebraska's still struggling. They're struggling. Nebraska's so far from their heyday um, back in the 80s and early 90s. They are so far from that right now. Tulane over UTSA 29-16. And all those were Friday games, believe it or not. Had a host of games on Friday. On Saturday, then we had Georgia over Georgia Tech 31-23. Georgia, that's an in-state rival. If these rivalry games, you can't look for anybody to just run over another team. The number one Georgia Bulldogs 31-23 there. Ohio State, Michigan. That was the number 2 against number 3 team. That could have been a preface to the national championship game, if you will. And it was a thriller. 30-24, Michigan came out on top of that one. Then we had Washington State and Washington 24-21 over that. And the thing about Washington this year, they're right now they moved up in the AP poll to number 3. And the only thing that concerns me about that Washington being that high, particularly, and I'm being biased a little bit because I'm saying that over my Seminoles. Washington, if I'm not mistaken, Washington has not won a game by more than 10 points this season. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I saw that somewhere and I didn't go back to double check it, but I don't think Washington has won a game this season by more than 10 points. They're winning, they're undefeated on the season, but they have not won by more than 10 points in any game that they've been in. However, Florida State has held their opponents there. They beat the Florida Gators. They beat the Gators 24-15 in a thriller. However, Florida State has not given up 30 points in any game this season. Florida State's on an 18-game winning streak, and I'm telling you this because I'm a Florida State fan. They're on an 18-game winning streak dating back to last year. Um, Back-to-back over the Gators, back-to-back state titles, if you will, over the Gators and the Hurricanes. Have beat both of them in the last 2 years. And can I say Florida State has bounced back? Yes, I can, because they have went undefeated in the regular season. They face Louisville in the ACC championship game coming up this weekend. Um, Alabama, Auburn, y'all had one damn job. Punt returner. All you had to do was catch the ball. All you had to do was catch the ball. And then y'all secondary, Auburn secondary, all you had to do was defend the pass. All you had to do was knock it down. But you let old boy stand back there for 15 minutes to survey the field and look around the field and find somebody in the corner of the end zone, and you wasn't even there to knock it down. I tell you, yeah, you had one job. You had the game won, and you gave it up at the end. But Alabama, number 18, they struggled against the Auburn team, barely beat Auburn in the final seconds of the game, unranked team, and Auburn is 6-6. So, you play the unranked team, you barely beat them, you struggle. But we still have these Alabama people out here that are saying that Alabama should be in the playoff hunt. No, you should. But then we had Kentucky over Louisville. Kentucky over Louisville 38-31. I did not see that game, but I understand that Louisville did not look that impressive. And, I hope that continues on the next week because the Seminoles have to play Louisville next week. Let's see. LSU over Texas A&M, 42-30. Texas A&M lost their coach, Jimbo Fisher, so they got an interim coach coming in. My understanding that the coach over at Duke is supposed to be taking that job at A&M, so Duke got to find another head coach, and we'll see how that goes. Duke had a pretty good run this year. Duke has a basketball school, but they played a little football this year. Arizona over Arizona State, 59-23, another in-state rivalry. Notre Dame over Stanford, 56-23. Iowa State, 42-35 over Kansas State. BYU went down against Oklahoma State, 40-34. We had Tennessee over Vanderbilt, another in-state rivalry, 48-24 there. Vanderbilt obviously struggling there. They're only 2-10. Tennessee has not had a great year either. They're 6-4. Let's see what else we have. Clemson 16-7 over South Carolina, low scoring game there. Clemson was ranked number 24. South Carolina was not ranked 5-7. Liberty, Liberty University, they are still undefeated. They beat UTEP 42-29. They're ranked number 25. Even though they're undefeated, they're one of only what five undefeated teams right now. They're right up there with Georgia, Florida State, um, Washington, and who was Michigan. My bad. So there's only five unbeaten team, and Liberty University is one of them. The only reason they're at the bottom of the polls is because of their strength of schedule. They're playing the smaller schools. They're not playing the powerhouses, so they're not getting. But I think by being undefeated at this point, going the regular season undefeated, should they be higher than 25? Yes, I believe they should be higher than 25. But that's neither here nor there. I don't not want to vote. So, but anyway, those are the college scores. But we have some conference championships coming up this weekend. The SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, Pac-12, all those conference titles going on this year. This weekend. Um, you got the FCS playoffs going on as well. The smaller, the ones that are not in FBS, they're playing their playoffs right now. So I think it started last week. So the ones that moved on to play this week. Um, we're not going to even go over the pro scores tonight. Gonna leave that alone. But I am gonna say something to my the Eagles. They still rolling. I know people keep saying that the Eagles keep getting favorable calls or whatnot, but that happens across the board in the NFL. You know, um, and the Cowboys, y'all need to chill out. Cowboy fans, y'all need to chill out for real because I understand the Cowboys have won several games. They got a lot of wins under their belt. But if you look at the schedule, if you look at their wins,
What even is this? Don't touch my things, gross. Janice, when
okay, not sure what just happened.
you bundle your home or renters with your auto, Progressive provides
Didn't know I had
24/7 protection.
y'all bear with me. I didn't know I had commercials. They're not a sponsor, so we had to turn them off. Not sure what happened with that. But anyway, Dallas fan, every team y'all beat has not won more than 4 games. These are teams that you're supposed to beat. So I understand. Again, I'm a closet Dallas Cowboy fan. I was diehard back in the day. Still trying to be a Cowboy fan, but I don't like Jerry Jones. That's the bottom line. I do not like Jerry Jones. I don't like what he did with the organization. I don't like the direction he took the organization in. Uh, he came in and he got rid of Tom Landry and he brought in um, whatever his face from Miami, whatever Miami University. Gary, y'all know about that. My brain went blank. But anyway, I don't like the way Jerry Jones is running the organization. So that's why it's hard for me to root for Dallas, even though I'm a Dallas fan. But anyway, y'all beating teams that you're supposed to beat. None of the teams you won against have won more than 4 games. So you're supposed to win those games. Now, when you start beating the teams, when you go up against the teams that are doing something, and if you beat them, I give you your props at that point. But y'all need to calm down because you're winning, but you're not beating playoff caliber teams right now. So just calm down. Just calm down because if you don't, you're going to be crying the next time they lose. So just calm down and see it for what it is. Enjoy the wins, but don't be arrogant, until y'all beat somebody that's formidable. But anyway, that's my time tonight. That's my time tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining me here tonight. Um, Thursday, I will keep you posted on Thursday. Like I said, I got a lot going on, and I'm going to try to prepare a show for Thursday and get on the air on Thursday. But I can't make that promise. I promise. I can't promise you that. but I will try. And I want to thank you so very much for being patient, and I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. And if I'm not on Thursday, I'll be back on Monday. Yeah, I will at least, until things calm down, I will at least try to get on the air at least one day a week. The show normally airs on Mondays and Thursdays, but I will try my best, try my darndest to make sure that I get at least one day a weekend until things kind of calm down for me. So be patient with me. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you listening. Keep listening to the show. Anytime that I'm on, listen to the live, or you can go. I always go back on my Facebook page and listen to the show after the fact. It will be posted. So, but it's time for me to get up out of here. I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to be blessed, and I will keep you posted on when I will be back. So, till then, I'm out.